Hi, my name is Arjun Chaturvedi, and I am a member of the Laugh Out Together Foundation. Some of you may know me from the Laugh Out Together show. And as many of you know, the Laugh Out Together Foundation is currently running a fundraising campaign in partnership with Stand Up for Kids, Orange County. We will be using the proceeds of the campaign to help purchase school supplies for students at Stand Up for Kids. Today, I'm joined by Miss Brittany Avdee, the fundraising manager at Stand Up for Kids, Orange County, talk a little bit more about the mission and the cycle of youth homelessness in our community. Thank you for joining us today, Ms. Avdee.
Thank you for having me. So our mission here at Stand Up for Kids is ending the cycle of youth homelessness. And we say that we do this one life at a time. That means that we do everything very case by case. So we build long-lasting relationships with the youth that we serve, but our overall mission is ending the cycle of youth homelessness.
Yeah. So when you mean case by case, like, do you guys kind of tailor it to the situation of the person? Because you deal on a wide range of ages, correct?
Yeah. So we work with youth who are ages 12 up to their 25th birthday. So case by case really could mean it could be a homeless youth who is in college, and obviously a college student's needs are going to be different than someone who is just on the street and has absolutely nothing. Maybe a college student just needs housing and they need help with figuring out their financial aid or paying for their books, stuff like that. And then someone who is on the actual streets may need, healthcare, clothing, emergency shelter, and everything that goes with that.
Yeah, and I think a big danger in a community like Orange County, which is considered wealthy, is a lot of kids kind of who might be homeless are kind of turned away because of kind of the perception of our community. So what are the dangers of being homeless from from a youth perspective?
There's definitely a lot of dangers of youth being on the streets. I mean, there's dangers of youth being on the streets even that aren't homeless. But a lot that we see is we see young girls who have been human trafficked. We see gang violence. We see abuse. We see youth who end up getting involved in illegal activity or drug abuse due to survival. We call it street survival. Those are a few of the main things.
Yeah, so it's pretty grim. And also from an educational perspective, how does homelessness affect, for example, learning or education or even being able to go to school because of homeless? So they might need to kind of turn, as you said, to gangs. And what are the kinds of dangers of homelessness when it comes to like educational opportunity?
So we deal with two different kinds of youth. And so our 12 to 18-year-olds, so we're in schools across all of Orange County. And so when we say homeless, some of these youth are not technically on the streets, but they are living. And some of the younger ones are technically on the streets with their families, but some of them are living in like a 1-bedroom apartment with 3 different families. So besides lacking, basic necessities like food or access to technologies like laptops and Wi-Fi, maybe tutoring that some of us who are more fortunate may be able to get, imagine being homeless or even being in an unstable living situation and having all of the stress of having to worry about are you going to sleep that night? Or is there going to be electricity? Or is there going to be Wi-Fi? And then also trying to succeed academically.
Yeah. So on kind of a more personal level, what drove you kind of to join Stand Up for Kids and the mission for that Stand Up for Kids kind of represents?
So I actually have a really unique story with Stand Up for Kids. I don't know if you guys want me to get all the way into it, but I actually went through Stand Up for Kids when I was 15 years old. So the executive director, Justine Palmore, she was my mentor when I was 15. And she obviously made a huge impact in my life. I'll tell everyone that she completely saved my life, changed my life, and turned me into the woman that I am today. And then I worked for Stand Up for Kids from 2014 to 2018, doing a little bit of everything. So I did, I trained our volunteers. I helped with grant writing. I helped with events. I helped with mentoring, which was awesome because I got to give back what was so freely given to me. And then I left for 4 years to pursue marketing. And then I just came back in mid-January. So basically for me, it just feels like coming home. I mean, Stand Up for Kids has always been like a second family to me. And I think what really pulls me towards Stand Up for Kids is, like I mentioned in the beginning, is that we build these long-lasting relationships with our youth, which is a lot different than some other organizations. So a lot of organizations will just kind of like pass on a resource or a referral, and we're really we set them up with a mentor, and we're holding their hand and guiding them through the whole journey, I guess, of becoming self-sufficient, instead of just being like, here's a number, figure it out. So that's one of my favorite things about Stand Up for Kids, and that's definitely what draws me to the organization.
Yeah, that's really kind of inspiring to hear that the impact of the organization itself. So do you think that the kind of tailored and helping people each step is what kind of brings people in, or the impact you think that Stand Up for Kids has, rather than other kind of youth homelessness organizations, that kind of the big differentiating factor almost?
Like how we're able to tailor case by case, kind of?
Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely think that is one of the driving factors of what makes us successful. 96% of the youth that we housed last year are still stably housed, which is a really big, or a really huge accomplishment, especially when you're dealing with the population that we deal with. And like I said before, a lot of them, when they're on the streets, they get involved either with gangs or drugs and stuff like that. So for 96% of those youth to stay stably housed, healthy, and be self-sufficient is amazing. But yeah, definitely, since we're able to kind of not have so much red tape and be case by case, and like if there's a youth that say we give them a 3-month limit where we're going to pay their rent, but there's something tragic that happens in their family, we're able to adjust, or not in their family, but if there's something tragic that happens in their life, we're able to adjust and say, okay, you know what, let's give this youth another 2 months, or let's taper them down in a different direction, so that basically they're going to be self-sufficient no matter what.
That's great. So talking about kind of your own experience, what's your most memorable experience about being kind of a part of the Stand Up for Kids leadership, or kind of being a part of Stand Up for Kids, if you have any?
I have a ton, but whenever people ask me this, I will always say that my most memorable and my favorite thing about Stand Up for Kids, and you guys might think that this is funny, there's a lot of good memories that I have with Stand Up for Kids, but my absolute favorite thing that we do every year is our Christmas Adopt a Youth. And it's just so amazing to get to see the 12 to 24-year-olds. So basically, Adopt a Youth is where we have our donors. Our kids write a wish list of 3 items that they want, and they have a budget and everything. And then our donors will adopt a youth, and we have a huge Christmas party with all of our kids and our volunteers. And so we get to see our kids with Santa and opening their presents. And it's just an experience that like regular people like me and you might get, but our kids don't. So that's always my favorite memory of all time.
It sounds really great being able to kind of help out a youth in the community, so they kind of get all the presents and have like a nice little party for them with all the donuts. That's fantastic.
I think it's important. Not just, of course, we're helping them with school supplies and tutoring and mentoring and budgeting and housing and all of that, but also they're lacking the normalcy of regular life. So they get to experience somewhat of a normal Christmas, or somewhat of a normal role model, like a mentor that other people might take for granted.
And I just want to ask kind of, what do you think the impact of kind of Stand Up for Kids has been kind of in the OC area? Because it seems like you guys have helped a lot of youth based on the website. And do you kind of have any insights on that?
I'm pretty sure that we are the leading organization for housing transitional age youth. And
Very cool. And kind of beyond the current scope, what are some things that you kind of want to do in Stand Up for Kids in the near future to expand the mission?
So we're currently in, I can't tell you exactly how many schools we're in, but we're in a lot of schools across Orange County. So I would say just continuing to get into more schools across Orange County, maybe having a shelter of our own one day. And I think just really continuing to spread the word and doing more outreach with other organizations so that we can get more referrals, whether that's with colleges or other nonprofits, and continue to build the number of youth that we're able to house and help each year. But definitely we want to expand in the school district. I know that's a huge goal for Stand Up for Kids.
Very, very cool. So kind of tying it back to the fundraiser. So we understand that Stand for Kids is looking to acquire school supplies for underserved youth. Why do you think school supplies are so important for underserved youth?
Yeah. So going back, so I know that we've talked a lot about our 18 to 24-year-olds kind of with the issues that they face. But like I said, we also do the 12 to 18-year-olds, and that's where we're actually in the schools. And we're offering tutoring and basic school supplies, sometimes even groceries and clothing. But the school supplies are so important because how are we supposed to expect them to excel even to the next grade without proper school supplies? And our end goal with them is always to, if they're a D student, we want them to increase to a C student and then a B student. And if they're a ninth grader or a 10th grader, then we always want them to graduate and then move on to higher education. So just like, can you imagine not having just the basic school supplies to be able to do that, like pencils and binders and all of that? So
Yeah. Yeah, it would be it would be really hard, honestly, if you weren't able to have the right supplies to even be able to succeed in school. So does the organization kind of also emphasize the need for education as a whole? Because you guys are doing the school supply kind of to get people kind of into a place where they can be financially stable as well.
yeah, and we do not push any of our own values onto our youth, but we do really encourage our youth to go on to higher education, whether it's community college after they graduate high school. Or, I mean, we even have other entrepreneur programs and stuff that we have if they want to start their own business, or if they want to go directly into the workforce or learn a trade, then we encourage that as well. But we do always have our mentors and our tutors really encourage youth who are about to graduate high school, or even when they're going from middle school to high school, to start talking about college. And of course, we want our youth to be successful for the rest of their life. So.
Mm-hmm. So you were kind of drawing from your own personal experience about kind of the impact of mentorships. What have you seen kind of as being a mentor? What has that kind of been able to do for a lot of the students who may be experiencing homelessness as children, kind of for their future?
Honestly, I think a mentor, it doesn't sound huge, but it really is huge. It's really having that role model and like stress relief. So
Yeah.
I've talked to a lot of the youth that we serve, and a lot of them have said that it's just taken a lot of stress off of their shoulders, and just having someone in their corner like a cheerleader.
Sure.
A lot of them don't have parents that are there rooting them on, or maybe their parents are working 5 jobs or 3 jobs or something, and they're not there to help them with their homework. So having someone, it says that my internet connection is unstable. Anyways, the biggest impact of a mentor with these youth is really just having a role model and stress relief. They said that it has taken a lot of stress off of their shoulders just to know that someone is in their corner and that they can call someone if they need reassurance. A lot of them suffer from, anxiety and depression, or feeling of like not being good enough, or like they're not going to be able to make it to that, whether it's that next grade or that next step in life. So having someone just cheer them on and be in their corner, I think, is the biggest impact.
So I kind of want to ask, aside from kind of contributing to the fundraising campaign, what are other ways people can help stand up for kids in their mission and kind of trying to end homelessness for youth in Orange County?
Yeah. So I always encourage everyone to become a monthly donor. You can become a monthly donor for as little as $5 a month. And it honestly makes a huge impact. All of the staff here are monthly donors. Most of our volunteers are monthly donors. If you go to standupforkids.org/orangecounty/donate, you can become a monthly donor. You can volunteer. We always need tutors. We always need mentors. We even always need people like on the back end, if there's someone who's good with graphics, someone who's good with events, someone who just wants to come and help us organize our food pantry. We also have a We Deliver program where we bring groceries to these youth that we serve. So we always need people who come and pick up basic household necessities and groceries and deliver them to the youth that we serve. if you work for a big company or even a small company, a lot of companies offer employee giving. So you can do matching. So basically, like if I was to give $10, then your company would also give $10, and then your impact is doubled. So you could talk to your company about employee giving. And then I think one of the biggest things is really just following us on social media and helping us spread the word. We're trying to build out our TikTok and our Instagram. So you can find us on Instagram at standupforkids_Orange County. And just really spreading the word is how I think we're going to get more people to realize that there is a homeless problem in Orange County. Because when you think about Orange County, you don't think about, kids sleeping in their cars or friends or couch surfing or living in a 1-bedroom apartment with 3 families. So,
yeah. And are there any kind of socials you want to plug before we kind of wrap this quick interview up to kind of follow you on, or to follow Stand Up for Kids on any of the platforms?
Yeah. So our Instagram, like I just said, is standupforkids_Orange County. Our TikTok is standupforkidsoc, I believe. And then our Facebook is facebook.com/SUFKOC. And if you just go to our website, standupforkids.org/Orange County, you should see all of our socials on there as well.
Awesome. So I just want to say kind of thank you so much for being here. Thank you kind of for giving us insight into kind of childhood homelessness and kind of understanding OC, and also seeing kind of firsthand impact of what this program can do. And make sure to donate to the kind of school supplies drive that we have in partnership with LOT and Stand Up for Kids, so we can help as many people as possible. But thank you again so much.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. This is amazing. And I really hope that we get the school supplies for the youth. It will help them tremendously. Hey,
if you got this far in the video, thank you for watching our interview with Brittany at Stand Up for Kids. Hearing her story was very empowering and humbling. And I hope you felt the same way when you watched it. If you did, you can donate to help buy school supplies at GoFundMe.com/lot-fundraiser-2022, or you can pause the video and scan the QR code here. For more information on Stand Up for Kids, check out their website down in the description below. Lastly, if you want to see more content from LOT, subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram at lot_foundation. Thank you and have a great day.